I learned a thing or two about the United States Postal Service. Okay, let's try this little cozy setup, and instead of 24 frames, this video will be in 48 frames. To having fun. Okay, so I have not had my retainers for 2 months. Do you know how preposterous that is? I mean, look at this. I don't want to have that skill. The company I buy my retainers from has had me stressing since February 8th. Now I know what you're wondering. Hey, why don't you get your retainers from a dental office? Well, let me tell you why. Those jackasses don't have my impressions. Let me take a detour. When you get your braces taken off, your teeth are in the most 4K pristine versions of themselves, okay? Now, when they remove the braces, they take these impressions of your pearly whites and make a retainer from those shapes. Are we following? Now, in my situation, after let's say 2 to 3 years of using my original retainers, my 4K ones, they had weakened and cracked, but I wasn't too worried about getting a replacement because I had assumed that the homies at the dental office had my back. Wrong. I had to get new impressions, and the issue with that is, mind you, I had been using weakened and cracked retainers that no longer held the quality of 3 years ago when I first got my braces off, so my teeth were not in their best condition, and so the following impressions that I was supposed to get were gonna be not so great. And honestly, for me, the most noticeable difference in retainer quality or whatever for my teeth is this gap. Now, it was actually almost closed at the beginning. Like when they took the braces off, this thing was like barely visible. I loved it, but here I am. So instead of paying like $300 at the office or something like that, it was ridiculous, I went online to pay a third of that. And we are back. Back in 2019, with the online company, they had sent me this putty to make impressions of my upper and lower set. So what I did immediately was bite down on this pink sperm to make the impressions. Took a picture of them, they approved it, and so I shipped that whole package up. That doesn't make sense. Shipped the package to them, and eventually, in the mail, I got a new set of retainers. Yay. Apparently that was 3 years ago. Fast forward to February 2022, and my mom throws them out. Yeah, could you believe that guy? What an asshole. No respect for me. I had them in a paper towel in another room, and I guess she thought it was garbage. So I emailed them on February 8th, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get some plastic bling, what's up? And they have the audacity, the gall, to ask for photos of my impressions. Let's go backwards a couple seconds. It was bite down on this pink sperm to make the impressions. Took a picture of them. They approved it. They want impressions, but the fact that I already own them means that they were approved in the past at one point. So why are they asking for... So on February 13th, I originally said 18th in the video, and that was a mistake. I go and dig them out. I play lapdog and I take the photos and I email them. February 18th. Oh, they look good, do they? Well, thank you, darling. I had no idea. Who would have thought? These things cost a little over $100, so of course, naturally, I procrastinated on the purchase. But on February 28th, I sold my soul. Now here comes the fun part. Here comes the United States Postal Service. So a day later, on March 1st, I received an email from them with a shipping label and a set of instructions that made me not want to live anymore, if you could understand me. There was something about shipping the package 2 days after you're printing your label, which, how do you know when I printed the label actually? You know, how are you tracking that? I feel like this is a hostage situation. Number 2, do not use a flat rate priority mail package. Now, what does that mean? I have no idea, but these flat rate packages were freaking free to use, and they did not allow me that privilege. They even had this little tiny ass box that was perfect for my retainers, because it's a little thing, you know. I'm not sending I'm not sitting on a couch. And then there was the please note, which said, do not go to any other place besides the USPS. This process was made so much more difficult for fun's sake. They had fun. I know they had fun. So naturally, on March 8th, I make my way down to the USPS. I hadn't bought any boxes. I just made my way down with a backpack with my retainers in there. And eventually when I arrive, I say, hey, I'm here to ship a package. Or I'm here to print a label and ship a package. And guess what? You guessed right. You need a QR code apparently to print. Why isn't there some public machine where customers can print their own labels? By this point, I was crying inside and I had a massive headache and had to walk another mile home in the cold. The next day or two, am I recording? Holy shit. Thank God. So the next day or two, I buy a set of non-flat rate packages as they had asked, which that in itself took about a week to arrive. So I'm not winning. No one's winning. You know who's winning? I have my friend print out the damn label and I go March 23rd. I'm ready. I got a box. I got the label. I even wore a hat to walk in the cold. I walked a mile down to the USPS and I can't use the box. I need a different box apparently. So my brain starts to foam and I go out because there's a shop inside the Postal Service and I pick out this little small box that was it was a little pretty. It was a nice, it was, you know, it was ask, can I use this box? I'm told yes, and it only costed $3, so I eventually saw the light in the tunnel. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, on March 24th, 1 month, 2 weeks, and 2 days later, I shipped my goddamn package, which started on February 8th. And it's funny because the woman that was attending me, she gave me this label envelope. I was gonna say envelope, I hate that. Envelope, envelope. You're supposed to open the see-through envelope, shove your label in there. It's like it's a flap, you shove it in there, and then you peel the back side, it's like a sticker, and this part has glue on it, and then bam, you shove it onto your box, right? Sounds pretty simple. What I did was I peeled the sticker, right? And I put my label on the sticker part, and I put the remainder of the sticky part onto my box. And dude, the woman lost it. She asked me, what did you do? And I said, I know something is wrong. And for like a minute straight, this woman was freaking screaming. She was gushing. She was laughing as if she never laughed before, which in turn had made me laugh. She said she loved to laugh and needed that. And in return, I just said, I'm glad I could have provided some sort of entertainment to your day. One of the last things she said was, it's the little things. And that really uplifted me in the moment, which inspired this video because this was a long process and it ended so great, so funny, so lighthearted. I knew I couldn't let this whole scheme go to waste. It was such a burden for too long and it feels good to rip that symbiote off my body. Now, my only concern is that I paid the $100 almost a month ago. Do they know my order is unfulfilled yet? I have had the roughest 24 hours. And one thing I love is being transparent. And I could not make this video without some truth to it. And that truth is that I'm not feeling 100%. You know, heartbreak has been an unintentional theme of this channel. And people love it. Yo, you people eat that up. And while my last video was supposed to be this sort of send-off to trying to seek somebody, I was truthfully still harboring feelings for someone, and that, my friends, blew up last night. But that's over now because nothing works out. All that remains now is pushing through the pain. This is my 13th video. My 17th one will be a video titled Letters to Myself. And I'm really looking forward to putting it together. It's something I wrote back in November 1st before I even uploaded my first video. And just something I wrote last night. So I'm gonna be reading those two things. It's gonna be a voiceover. and I think it's gonna come out real nice. That comes out April 9th, and just stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing 2 videos a week now that I can focus on this and not heartache. I don't know why I'm smiling. It's just default. I have the Joker condition. I should be playing my classic outro music right now for the first time in a while. So with that recognition, as I write at the end of all my videos,